It is Magic 1075, 97.5, the real sound of Atlanta. Jackie Page, time to hop into a little girl talk. And sitting down at the girl talk table today, Grammy nominated singer, songwriter, and actor, Robin Thicke. How are
I'm
you?
wonderful. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Phenomenal. Thank you so much for sitting down at the girl talk table. Excited to have you. The last time I actually saw you was you were on stage at Black Music Honors.
Yes,
And you
yes.
were honoring Bobby Caldwell.
That's right.
I've seen you actually perform a few times, and I tell people every time they mention you in performing, I'm like, Robin Thicke, okay, hell of a show every time.
Thank you.
You did your thing on the stage when you were honoring Bobby Caldwell. When it's time for you to be honored, have you thought about who you want to honor you and what songs?
Oh, that's interesting. Well, I mean, songs would be probably the most popular ones. You pick those because people always want to hear the hits. But that's tough. I'd love to hear.
Who do you think
I'd love
would
to hear
give you
Miguel.
justice?
And Miguel would be my first choice. He's got such a beautiful voice and talent. I don't know. Who would you think?
Miguel is a definite. Let's see who else I think. I feel like a Victoria Monet.
Oh yeah, if you were thinking females also. Sorry, I was
Yes.
mostly thinking males.
Yeah.
But I would love. I mean, SZA is
Oh yeah, SZA could do you
SZA is such
justice.
an inspiration for
Yeah.
me these days, especially. And I love her. Her voice is
Yes,
incredible.
her could do you justice.
Um,
I want to say Usher just because I know.
of course,
yeah.
Ush. No, it's funny
Yeah.
because and at times our falsettos and our tones can be similar. And he's one of my favorite people in the world. So absolutely, I would love for Usher to
Yeah, I
to
could
honor
definitely
me.
see Usher when
Absolutely.
you guys hit the stage together
Yeah, that's my
in
boy.
Vegas. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was cool.
Whew.
Yeah, that was fun. He actually hit me up last week. I might join him somewhere on this tour that he's doing right now.
Yes, we're here for it. Yes, Robin Thicke and Usher, we love that. So you do have a new song out. It's called I Know What to Do.
Yes, I know
Um,
what to do with all that.
Tell us about the song.
Well, it's the idea is when you meet somebody, you meet a woman who's got everything, and she's all of that, and she's got all of that. And so I'm just saying that I know what to do with all of that.
Know what to do with all of that. New song out. Is there an album on the way? Is there more
Yes,
music
album's going to be
coming?
February, like right before Valentine's Day. We're trying to set up.
Nice.
It's a very, romantic, loving album. And yeah, we're going to try to get out like 3 records before the album
Okay.
drops. And that way we'll set it up nice. This is the first single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you nervous to be dropping an album?
Well, there's always a little bit nervous, but I like to look at it as being really. I'm a real positive person, so I try to convince myself that it's gonna do great or it's gonna be great or whatever, and then that way, whatever happens after that, at least I enjoyed the build up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That way, if it's not a big hit, I go, well, I thought it was gonna
I
be. I
tried,
got to
yeah.
enjoy the thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
A hit. And really, for me, those things don't matter as much as just continuing to make the best music
Yeah.
I can and keep dropping. I took a few years off. With the kids and family and having other things, but I'm really excited that I have a full album now,
Yeah.
and that feeling is I feel just very positive about it.
Yeah, we're excited to get it. Speaking of the family and the album, your son
Yeah.
is really talented.
Thank you. Yeah,
You
Julian.
posted something.
I posted a long time ago, but I think his mom posted
He was
a recent performance.
Willy
yeah.
Wonka.
Something like that.
He was
yeah.
he was Charlie on Willy Wonka. Have you guys had any conversations about potentially working together? I mean, because he can sing.
Well, no, he uses my studio to record his songs. He just started writing more songs
Okay.
recently, and he wrote one that was so good that I liked so much that I asked him. I said, do you mind if Dad does a version
Yeah.
of this? I think it'd be really cool if Dad sings one of your songs. And he said, but it's my song. And I was like, okay, little artiste, but you got to
Yeah.
respect that because that's how I would have been probably. I remember myself at 13 years old, if my dad was like, hey, you mind if I sing that? I was like, no, I'm singing this. You must be crazy.
But have you thought about potentially? I know you're kind of in the works of finishing and wrapping up the album, but Victoria Monet has done it, Beyonce has done it. Putting him on the album.
Yeah, no, I've actually thought about it, and him and I have tried to find the right song, and it's got to be the right content, and it's got to
Yeah.
be the right kind of thing. But we were talking about that the other day, and he came up with a little vamp for one of my songs. I was looking for a vamp, and he came up with a good idea. So I was thinking I might have him sing that part.
We'd be here for it. I think that's something dope, and we
Yeah.
would like to hear more. Like I said, he's really, really talented.
He's honestly, he's
Yeah.
a great young man. He's just a well-rounded, wonderful young man, and my best buddy.
Yeah. How does it feel to see your son as an artist, So, stepping away from the dad side,
Yeah.
but as an artist, like this young man has talent. How does that feel?
Well, I think it's just like if you're a family of lawyers or you're a family of doctors, we're a family of entertainers, and my parents were entertainers,
Yeah.
their parents were entertainers. So I think it's just in our blood. And so you just want to pass down the right messages and really just give them support and love to find their own journey, to
Yeah.
find their own way. I remember I didn't want my journey to be dictated by my
Yeah.
parents, so I don't want to tell him what to do. I just want to let him know I'm there for him anytime he needs me, and he can use my studio if he has a new song,
Yeah.
and we'll help him produce it. But I think he kind of likes to do it on his own more than he wants daddy standing behind him telling him how to do it,
I love that. In 20 or 25 years, let's say your son is on YouTube, if YouTube is still a thing, and he comes across this interview of us talking about him now at the age of 13.
Yeah.
What words do you want to share with him about his journey as a future entertainer?
Words to share about him from now till then. Oh, well, I had a joke earlier. I just said, just go home at midnight. Whatever you do, son. Don't stay out past midnight. But no, I mean, he already just has this, he's just kind of has a great head on his shoulders, and he knows that I'm there for him every step of the way. And the hard part about this business is the ridicule, is the people saying you're not good enough or you're not as good as this other person or I don't like your music. It's so subjective, and so you got to have thick skin, for lack of a better word,
Yeah.
So I just try to prepare him for get strong on the inside. And that way you can't be affected. You're just doing it because you love it, not because you want to be famous. Because people who get into it and because they want to be famous, it doesn't work,
Right.
or they end up getting hurt by
Yeah,
the
because it's
system.
a lot of, like you said, ups and downs.
The reason that that I can survive this is because I love making the music so much. I can't stop making the music, So I think that's what I try to embed in him is just you got to really love what you're doing. You can't do it just to be famous.
When did you notice that he had, some pipes?
He could sing early. He was a natural playing the guitar. I'm trying to get him to play more guitar again, but it's in our blood, and so I think and my daughter can sing, has perfect pitch already, just in the back of the car, hits the notes right on the money. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's just some of that is just genetics.
Yeah, what would you say to your daughter since she is, tapping into her vocals?
Well, she says she wants to be an artist.
Okay.
Her name is Lola, so she
Okay.
already has the perfect name.
I like it.
She's the wild child of the family, and she's a very special young soul, and she's the rebel. Like nobody's gonna be able to tell her what to do later in life.
How do you manage it all? A lot of people will look at Robin Thicke and say, this man has it all together. Like he has the family, he has the career, but that's not always the case. Like you said, in this industry, there are ups, there are downs. How does Robin Thicke mentally and physically manage all of this? What are some things that you do to keep your psyche as well as your just physical body together?
Well, I think it's really just learning from your mistakes. We all are going to make mistakes in our life. We're all going to handle things the wrong way once in a while. But if you learn from them, then you don't keep repeating those same mistakes. Then you can improve, and you start to love yourself more, and you get rid of the other stuff that's not important. Like I can laugh at myself now, which we couldn't really do early on in my career. I took my artistry very serious. And too serious. I couldn't be funny in interviews. I couldn't be, you know what I mean? And those kind of things. So I think like I'm at a better place just in myself. I love my life. I love my family. I love making music. I love doing The Masked Singer. I love taking my kids to school in the morning.
I love
it. So I've got everything that I kind of dreamed of that I wanted when I was younger, I have right now.
Yeah.
So I just stay grateful to God, and try not to ask for anything. I just say, thank you, God, for whatever's coming, for the air in my lungs. Just thank you, And so I focus on being grateful more than, being needy.
Did you have an aha? Like, was there a particular moment where that kind of just, that light bulb turned on and said, you know what? I don't have to be so serious about life? Or was it just something that happened gradually?
Yeah, I think it's just like I said, learning from, your mistakes, like doing an interview and not, and not being comfortable or something like that. And then just kind of, I think, The Masked Singer was also a big help for me because I got to be just Robin Thicke
Yeah.
on that show instead of Robin Thicke, the singer or the
Yeah.
artist. I just got to be myself and be funny and be silly.
Yeah.
So once I was able to do that on television, and The Real Husbands
Yeah.
of Hollywood also that
That-
I did
yeah.
with Kevin Hart, that helped
Yeah.
me a lot to laugh at myself, you know.
Mhm.
So
And we got to laugh with you and at you.
yeah. So once I embraced being able to be the joke, the butt of
Yeah.
the joke, or to be laughed at, life got so much better
Yeah.
and so much easier.
Any more TV on the way? You talked about The Masked Singer. as
Well,
as
we're in
Real-
talks about another
Mhm.
Real Husbands of Hollywood season.
Okay.
We're always throwing around ideas, but right now just enjoying The Masked Singer and other opportunities that come.
Absolutely love it. Really quickly, want to ask you just because I know you and Wayne are pretty cool.
Yes,
He
that's
did
my
share
boy.
last week that he was really hurt about the whole Super Bowl situation. What words of encouragement would you give him?
Well, I mean, it's a very interesting situation because I mean we all know Kendrick killed it this year,
Yeah.
and it was and there's you can't outdo Kendrick,
Yeah.
but Lil Wayne, that's his hometown,
Mhm.
and so I think it wasn't his decision. We're gonna have to move on from it, but I think it's nice for Wayne to get his flowers, even if he's not able to do the Super Bowl. At least everybody is chiming in,
Yeah.
reminding us that he is one of the GOATs,
Yeah.
and he's also a good friend of mine, and I
Yeah.
do feel bad, and I would just be like, hey man, I think he's mature enough,
Yeah.
and he's weathered enough
Yeah.
in this business that he'll be fine. But yeah, it's got to sting a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
of course. And I'm sure I keep saying, especially with all of the talk that's happened, I personally feel like Kendrick will bring him out. I feel like it's only right.
we gotta hope. We gotta hope.
Fingers crossed on that one. Really do hope that Kendrick does bring him out. But you do make a good point that
And because
in
I think both of them are geniuses. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
there's no doubt about it. They're two of the best ever to do it in any way.
yeah, I think in the midst of all of this, like you said, we are able to give Wayne his flowers and remind him
Yeah.
of how just great he is. He
Yeah.
literally is one of the greatest lyricists, living
And
lyricists
just
of our time.
influences, like
Yeah.
the influence that he had on the whole hip hop game.
Right.
I mean, the amount of people that sound like him
Yeah.
or look like him or have his tats or have his
Yeah.
his hairstyle. Like he was one of a kind.
Yeah.
He really influenced the whole game.
Yeah, new song out, album is on the way. Will you be making your way back to Atlanta for a show? Because, like I said earlier, one thing is for certain, two things is for sure. When it comes to Robin Thicke, you're going to get on that stage and you're going to give a show.
Thank you.
So
thank
we
you.
need to see more Robin Thicke
Well,
here in Atlanta.
Atlanta is always one of my favorite cities. It's like a second home for me down here. I'm here a few times a year at least.
Yeah.
I think this is my fifth or sixth time here this
Mhm.
year. I just did a concert about a month ago or a couple months ago here in Atlanta. So I'm hoping we'll be back around the Valentine's
Yes.
when the album's coming out.
Yes.
But yeah, just keep your eyes open because we always have great shows here in Atlanta. Great audience. It's one of
Yeah.
the best audiences in the country too. Period.
And I gotta say, a lot of that just comes from the fact that you are a great performer. I
Thank
have
you.
seen you perform a number. Speaking of giving people their flowers, I have seen you perform a number of times. And whenever we give away tickets here, I'm like, yo, have you ever seen Robin Thicke? If you haven't, please get yourselves together because
Thank
he's
you.
gonna get you together.
Thank you. I
No.
need you. I need you out there promoting for me.
I got you. I got you. Because you literally are an awesome performer. You give a show. My first time seeing you was in Richmond, Virginia. It was at Stone Soul. And I was like,
I think I remember that. That was a long time ago.
yeah,
It's
that,
Stone
I
Soul.
mean, it was 2018, 2019.
Oh, okay, that was
it
more
was-
recent then. That was more recent. I was
it was
thinking. I was thinking of something else.
It was a great show.
Thank you.
Phenomenal. I
Thank
was
you.
like, Robin Thicke can go any day. Robin, if people are not following you on social media, how can they get in touch with you as well as where can they get the new music at?
Well, the new song "I Know What to Do" is available on all platforms, and you can @Robin Thicke for Instagram. It's just pretty much my name.
Are we going to get visuals for the new song?
Yeah, we actually have a remix
Nice.
coming out and a video coming out. So,
I'm going to be a little nosy. Who on the remix?
Dream Doll.
Oh,
Dream Doll.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
We're here for it.
Yeah, so she put down a very sexy, a couple sexy verses on it, so it's great.
We're so here for it. ATL, Robin Thicke sitting down at the Girl Talk table. Robin, thank you so much for sitting down with me. I definitely appreciate it.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here, and I just want to say to everybody out there, thank you. I love you. God bless you, and have a blessed day.
It's magic.